y'all, welcome back to Mama Bird's Manga Corner. On today's video, we are going to be discussing another ongoing series, and that series is Shadow's House. Now, Shadow's House does have 8 volumes out currently. Volume 9 is supposed to be coming out July 22nd of this year. It is a horror series that also does have an anime. So let's get into talking about this series, shall we? For those of you who have never heard of this series, here's like a quick summary. So this series follows a young girl named Emiliko as she serves her mistress, Miss Kate. In this world, there are like these aristocratic shadow people who live in these giant mansions. And they have these living dolls who are their servants and personal faces. This series follows mainly a set of 4 main characters as they live like their daily lives. So you have like Miss Kate and Emiliko together. They like kind of mirror each other. Their like day-to-day lives. The living dolls are like cleaners when they're not serving their shadows. So the shadows actually like produce a lot of like soot, and that's a lot of what Emiliko and the other living dolls are like cleaning up. And the soot, they produce a lot of like soot when they're having lots of different emotions. Like they'll produce it when they're asleep, when they're awake. The shadows are always, well, most of the shadows are always producing a lot of soot. So there is more of like the main characters. You have like Kate, Emiliko, and some of the others. Because each shadow has their own living doll. So these are some examples of the different living dolls that you can see throughout the series. Now, the soot that the shadows produce can be dangerous in like large quantities and can create like soot monsters, which is part of like the horror element of this series. For example, that is terrifying. It's even more scary when you're thinking that some of this is like happening to different children. Or here you see more of the different shadows, like the main shadows that we were following throughout the series. I will not show all of the volumes because I don't want to spoil too much. The more you get into certain volumes, the more options to spoil on accident, so I'm trying to avoid such things. But they, like, you can tell different character designs, the shadows and the living dolls try to like have their hair shown the same way as their shadow versus their living doll, vice versa. That is a coagula, I believe they said. I'm not entirely sure that's exactly how you pronounce it, but it's like a soot monster from too much soot. And characters have to go through like trials to bond with each other, basically. Like here's Miss Kate in a bird's nest, for example. And here's more like the kogels. I guess is the best that I'm gonna be able to pronounce them. The little soot monsters that could be extremely dangerous. There's another one of the characters on the back. So they're actually a lot more than just the main 4 that you see. A lot of different living dolls and some of their shadows depending on what's going on. But there are actually, as you can see, a bunch of different characters. In the beginning you don't see them as much because they are all like kept apart because of like their ages, or the shadows and their living dolls have to go through like this bonding trial so that they can show themselves to other shadows and other living dolls. Well, mainly other shadows. And they're like different rankings of different characters throughout the entire mansion. But each shadow each has their own living doll, as you can see. Here's volume 6. I really love like the designs and the personalities of all the different characters. Seeing as they're all children, they have like a wide variety of personality types. Like you have very prideful characters, you have sweet, gentle characters, you have extremely angry characters, but they are all still children, so they have a wide variety of feelings and emotions that they and their living dolls have because they are children. That makes you really feel for the characters a lot more as they face all their trials and tribulations. And sometimes I just feel scared for these characters. Not gonna lie, because they're cleaning these giant mansion like rooms, and they're like dressed up in almost these like plague doctor outfits so they don't get too much soot on them. But all the shadows are producing a lot of soot. So they have to do like a whole bunch of deep cleans all the time. I especially feel bad for like Emilico, because if Miss Kate were to get angry, her soot production goes up a lot, which can cause more of the scary like soot creatures to attack and make the living dolls sick with something called soot sickness. But it is actually a really interesting story so far. I really want to read more of it. I can't wait for the next one, let's just say that. I will definitely be trying to keep up with this series. I might do like a short video when the next volume comes out, or next couple volumes depending on their release dates. I will try to keep up with that. I am super excited for more of this series. I definitely will keep reading it. So if y'all like this content and want to see more of it, if you could give me a like, subscribe, maybe even a comment about another series you'd like me to discuss, I'll definitely try to get onto that. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!